Joggers listen to music, pedestrians talk on the phone, drivers blast tunes inside their 4,000-pound steel cages, shielding them from all knowledge of what's going on outside. But bikers, for some reason, are held to a higher standard. In many places, it's the law. Cyclists in New York, for example, can only wear one earphone while riding. If you compare this to the willful tuning out of the city's drivers, who were involved in every last one of the city's pedestrian deaths last year, anti-headphone people will tell you that these rules are for your own safety. Would you be safer with a leopard's heightened sense of your surroundings, fight or flight reflexes at the ready? Probably. But lawmakers would never apply that standard to drivers. In-car conversation, for example, has been shown to increase drivers' reaction time. But no mayor is going to make you drive to the beach in silence. More importantly, would you enjoy riding a bike more if you listen to the music and podcasts of your choice? Definitely. Earbud laws have their background not in data. There's little evidence listening to music puts cyclists in danger, but in ideology. A long campaign by the auto industry and its allies to shift the focus for dangerous driving onto pedestrians and other vulnerable road users. But distraction panic has gained new momentum with the rise of smartphones, which clearly do occupy people's time and attention on city streets. Consider how, as pedestrian fatalities have surged over the past few years, cities have tried to crack down on jaywalkers and people looking at their phones while crossing the street. But in June, a Detroit Free Press investigation revealed a more likely culprit for the rise in pedestrian fatalities. Americans started buying more SUVs, whose higher bumpers were more likely to kill the people they hit than the lower bumpers of sedans. Between 2009 and 2016, SUVs' involvement in fatal pedestrian collisions increased between 69 and 81%. As with most things in life, it's most likely the fault of drivers themselves. Now, does listening to music decrease your auditory sensory perception? Without dispute. Wearing over-the-ear headphones, for example, is probably not a good idea. But a Dutch study of mobile phone use while cycling shows music is much less distracting than, among other things, talking. And cyclists listening to music were in most ways just as focused on the road as a control group. Of course, if it doesn't feel safe to you, there's always another option, the boombox.